Hi, I'm Dick Eit with Bites by Eit. We have a boutique catering company in Atlanta, Georgia. We do parties up and down the East Coast from Tennessee, Manhattan, Greenwich, New Canaan, Nantucket, and down to Florida. Today we're going to do sweets. We're going to do a bunch of sweets. So we're going to make some of our fan favorites. We're going to do a Toblerone lava cake with homemade caramel sauce with pink Hawaiian sea salt. We are going to do some donuts with a Toblerone sauce and bacon. Let's get started. First, we will start with the Toblerone lava cakes. We will, in a double boiler, we will melt chocolate, Toblerone, and just break it up. The more surface area you have, the faster it melts. And then we're going to add butter. 1 stick of butter and 12 ounces of Toblerone chocolate. I'll put this on the double boiler and come back. Okay. Now we're going to take the eggs and the sugar and start with that. We will do 2 egg yolks and 2 eggs. Let's start with the eggs first. I always crack the eggs against each other, or you can crack them on a flat surface. I don't recommend cracking them into on a sharp surface. The shell will go into it. I take it with my hand and get the whites out, and there you have a nice simple egg yolk. Do that again. These eggs are a little bit small, so I will add a 3rd egg yolk, and there you go. Let me clean my hands. I'll add a 1/2 cup of sugar. We're done with that, and we'll whisk this. You can whisk it for a minute or so, and we won't add this to the mixture until the butter and the Toblerone is melted. So that's good for now. In the meantime, we'll take the ramekins and we will get those ready to pour the mixture in there. Now, if you've ever had pancakes where the iron skillet was on too high, you burn the bottom, you flip it over, you burn the top, and the middle is raw. That's the concept of these lava cakes, is that with the ramekin, we will cook around the outside, underneath, and the top. Cook it at 450 degrees for 12 minutes exactly. And then we're going to take it out, let it rest, flip it over for a minute, let that rest, and then we're ready to go. And hopefully, if the oven's calibrated properly, that when you cut into it, it will be nice and gooey and the lava will come out. In order to make the lava come out, we need butter and flour to coat the insides. So warm butter, room temperature. Once again, you can never have too much butter on this, so really go to town on the butter, especially on the bottom and on the sides. When we take it out, we are going to cut it around the sides, but we still want to have a nice coating of butter all over. Again, on the bottoms and on the sides. We'll come back with that and with flour. Having soft butter makes it a lot easier for this process. You can use ramekins 4 ounces, 6 ounces, or 8 ounces. The Jean-Georges recipe that I use calls for 6 ounces, and that's why the timing is 12 minutes at 450 degrees. If it's a bigger ramekin, then it will take a little bit longer. I'll show you later on how we sort of wiggle it to see how it's cooking. Every oven is different. When I do this at parties, you really never know what kind of ovens you're getting at, how well they are calibrated. So no matter how they turn out, they are always a fan favorite. Chocolate, vanilla ice cream, or any kind of ice cream you like, and homemade caramel sauce, it's a winner. I put it in there, roll it around, and you can see how nice and coated it is with butter and with flour. take the next one, spin it around. Number 2's done. Put a little bit more in this one. And here comes number 4. Dump it out, and there we go. We have our 4 ramekins ready to go. We're gonna save the flour. I wouldn't call it a flourless, because there is flour in here. Sometimes if my clients are gluten-free, what I'll do is use either an almond flour, or my favorite is a coconut flour. Coconut, nice distinctive flavor, a little bit sweeter, and it's pretty yummy. So we'll put about 1.5 tablespoons of that into the mixture. Let me check on the chocolate. The pot's gonna get a little hot, and so make sure you use a kitchen towel. And it's been on for not even 5 minutes, but I brought the water up to temperature, so it was boiling. Another 2 minutes, and this will be ready to go. You've probably seen on Instagram and the donut craze, and you've seen donuts with bacon and donuts with salt, and it's pretty good. So I'm gonna do donuts with bacon, a little bit of chocolate, and ice cream, and then we'll make some Toblerone chocolate and sprinkle that over it, okay? So again, we have the extra thick bacon on parchment paper. We'll cook that, it'll take 15-20 minutes, okay? Put this in the oven. And I think our chocolate's ready, so I'll bring that up. It's melted nicely. You can use any kind of chocolate you want, milk chocolate, dark chocolate. I'm just a big lover of Toblerone chocolate. They make Toblerone chocolate. It has a little honey in there, some nougats, and some almonds. It's a delightful chocolate, so that's ready to go. We will take our egg mixture, whisk this up a little bit more, put that in. Mix this together nicely. I'm going to add a little bit of the flour to it, a tablespoon, and mix it up some more. I'm going to put it back on the heat just to get it melt a little bit more so I can work it into the ramekins easier. There we go. Give that about 2 minutes. I'm turning up the heat to 450. And there we go. So that's ready. Next, I'm going to make the caramel sauce. We'll be right back. So the Toblerone and the butter is melted. We added the flour, the sugar, and the eggs. And now we're going to pour it in the ramekins. We're not going to go to the very top of the ramekins, but we'll go about 80% of the way up there. It's going to rise a little bit. So there we go. That's good. There's 2. 3 and 4. Once I put it in, I have my phone right here. Again, it's an exact 450 degrees. Stick it into the back of the oven and start the timer. 14 minutes. So now we're going to make the caramel sauce. The heat. If it's on too high, the caramel is going to turn blackish. If you want it sort of a medium low heat, you don't want it to burn. And this is something you always want to be over the stove. You always want to be paying attention to, because you don't want it to burn and you want to stir it constantly. This has been on already for 4 minutes or so, and you can see it's starting to melt, which is what we're looking for. And then we'll add the butter, and then we'll add the cream. If your sugar is a little lumpy, you can just use the fork and break it. Another few stirs, and be ready to add the next ingredients. Nice golden color is what we're looking for. Just keep on stirring, keep on watching it. When I do my parties for my clients, I typically make a double batch, because they'll want to use it for their coffee, or they'll want to use it and just put in ice cream. It's a fan favorite. It's easy to make. It's a lot better than going to the store and buying the caramel sauce, which is mostly cornstarch, corn syrup. Nice coloring there. It's all melted down. We'll add the butter. When you add the butter, either you can do it on the flame or off the flame. It is going to sizzle up because this is probably 350 degrees. Add a half a stick of butter to it, and then we'll incorporate that. If it boils up too much, I'll take it off the heat. You can already see it forming, and then I'll use a whisk. So I want to whisk until all the butter is incorporated into the sugar and the caramel. We're almost there. You can see a little bit of butter on the bottom. I'm half on the flame, half off the flame. So you can see it now, how it's all incorporated in there. Now I'll add the cream, half a cup of cream. This is a single batch. Okay, add the cream to it. Again, we'll stir this until all that cream is incorporated in there. Now it's almost all off the flame. Scrape it off the sides, turn off the heat. So the last thing we're going to do is add the pink Hawaiian sea salt. How much salt do you want to put in there? I like a fair amount of salt because I like to have the salt counteract the sweetness of all the sugar, so you can really taste it. And we're done. Easy caramel sauce. It'll be great on the lava cakes. Put this off to the side, and now we'll make the Toblerone. Add a little bit of heavy cream or half and half cream. Let me get the chocolate and we'll melt it. Here we go, chocolate. I have extra milk in case we need it. Well, half and half. Again, with the Toblerone, we'll cut these into pieces so it melts faster. If it gets too thick, then I'll add some more heavy cream to it. It's good chocolate. You can see it's already starting to melt. And I've been making this Toblerone. I got it from my brother's restaurant for about 20 years. And it goes great on ice cream, goes great on anything. Just keep on stirring. We don't want the chocolate to burn. Put the heat down a little bit. We're almost there. I'm going to add a little bit more cream to it. If you add too much cream to it, the sauce is going to just be too thin. So you want it so it's pourable. Another 2 minutes and we're ready to go with the Toblerone. Sometimes I'll add a nice Callebaut chocolate, or I'll add a dark chocolate, and it makes it richer. My clients just love the Toblerone chocolate, so that's what I use. And this is ready to go. So our caramel sauce is ready, our Toblerone sauce is ready, lava cakes are in the oven. I'll take out the bacon for the donuts and we're good to go. So we took out the lava cakes, we let it sit for 1 minute standing up. Now I'm going to take my knife and cut around the edges, and hopefully it'll come out easier. It's hot, so grab it from the side, put it in the palm of your hand, put the plate over it, flip it. Let that sit for a minute. Voila. Yay! Now the next question is there going to be lava cake in there, or is it going to be cooked all the way through? Well, we're not going to know until we cut into it. So we'll move these out of the way. Take some ice cream. I always like a little variety of ice cream when I do it. And put that on the side. Take the caramel sauce. And when I do this, I do this typically in a buffet and ask them how much caramel sauce they want, and drizzle it around with the sea salt. There you go. The next one we'll do is the donut with the bacon. Put a little bacon on top. I like to put a little dash of ice cream to make it that much more decadent. Like I said, you can use plain vanilla ice cream. I do like the chocolate with the cherries. It's quite yummy. And then we'll drizzle a little Toblerone sauce on there. So we have two wonderful desserts, a Toblerone lava cake and a decadent donut with ice cream, bacon, and Toblerone sauce. I want to thank my sponsors, Little Leaf Farms, the best lettuce that you can buy in the Northeast. Thank you very much and enjoy.